In this exam question, we're going to have a look at plotting two loci, one of which is a circle and one of which is not. So I'll show you how to express both of them. But just in general, you want to write that when it's in the form z minus in brackets a plus bi is equal to r, then the center of the circle that's formed is given by ab, where the x-coordinate is the real part of this expression here, and the y-coordinate is the imaginary part of this expression. And the radius is just, well, the number on the right hand side. So extracting that from this locus here, C1, we see that we can write this out as z minus 3 plus 0i, just to make it match this format here. Again, you don't have to do this, but once you do that, you can extract that the center is given by 3, 0. Now, do we just draw that a normal x and y axis? Not quite, because an Argand diagram has the real axis on the x-axis and the imaginary axis on the y-axis. Now, the real part, we know it's going to cross at 3 because that's the center, and we also know the imaginary part's going to have 0, which is why I've drawn it here. On top of that, because the radius is 3, they just snuck that in. But that means that a line from this point to the origin is a point on that circle. So the origin is a point on that circle because that length would be a radius of 3. So we can draw this out like so. Sorry, I've drawn out very small. Okay, my bad. But plotting on to the argument now, let's change the pen color. So the argument of z minus 1 is equal to a quarter. Well, once again, we can get the center of where this locus starts by expressing it in this format here. So that includes z minus and then in brackets 1 plus 0i, from which you can get that the center is equal to 1, 0. Once you have that center of 1, 0, okay, I'm going to have to zoom in here. I apologize for making it so small. But 1 would be around here. And then a quarter pi is the angle, well, because it's positive, is the angle measured from the positive real axis anti-clockwise. If it was a negative angle, then it would be the angle measured from the real axis clockwise. In this case, well, we know an angle of pi over 2 in terms of radians would form a right angle. So angle that's half of that, which is what this is in this instance. It's an angle of pi over 4. That tells you that it will be sort of a line like this, if that makes sense. So an angle of essentially 45 degrees, if it helps if you deal with degrees. Now that we've plotted that, that's all the part I done. It says indicate by shading the region of the Argand diagram where the circle's modulus is less than or equal to 3. Well, that's just all of the inside of the circle. But what intersects with that? Well, we're interested in where the locus C2, which I'll just label in blue, is greater than or equal to 0, so where the angle is bigger than or equal to 0, and between a quarter pi. Do notice that I drew a bold line here. If this specifically said less than a quarter pi, then you draw a dashed line. But that's basically saying where is the angle of this locus less than or equal to a quarter pi and between 0? Well, it's all of this region for however long you go on. However, the part that intersects both of them, the keyword and, is this region here, because that's where the modulus of the circle is less than or equal to 3, the radius is less than 3, and on top of that, it's where the argument of this expression is greater than 0, but still less than a quarter pi. So that's everything you want to include for this question. I'll just zoom in, but it's just this region here that you're interested in. Yeah, be sure to like the video if it helped and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching your video. I hope it helped. If you have any tutoring inquiries for A-level further maths, be sure to hit my website up at www.excellineducation.co.uk.